There's a plant in your home right now that might be trying to help you and you haven't noticed. It's probably sitting quietly on a windowsill, a corner shelf, maybe by your back door, still alive, still green, but never quite thriving. And in the back of your mind, you vaguely remember why you brought it home in the first place. It's supposed to bring luck, right? But nothing changed, not really. That plant is Aloe Vera. Yes, the one we know for healing sunburns, soothing skin, or purifying the air. But there's something else most people never realize. When placed in the right location, Aloe Vera can change the entire mood of your home and quietly support the flow of abundance in your life. Not in a dramatic or magical way, but in the same way a good window invites sunlight. It just helps everything feel better. The truth is, most of us place our plants where they look nice, not where they work best. We tuck aloe beside the kitchen sink or leave it by the back patio without ever considering what energy we're asking it to hold. But aloe isn't just decorative. It's a living filter, a stabilizer, a soft energy keeper that absorbs, balances, and, if placed correctly, gently holds prosperity where it belongs, inside your home. You don't have to believe in mysticism to feel this. You've probably stood in a room that just felt good without knowing why. Aloe, like many things in our homes, is part of that invisible conversation between space and spirit. And today, we're going to talk about where aloe wants to be. Not where you placed it years ago, not where it collects dust, but where it can finally do what it does best: protect, restore, and quietly call wealth home. Because sometimes all it takes to shift the energy of your life is to move one small green thing to the right place. Part 1: Aloe is not just for skin. We usually bring aloe vera into our homes for simple, practical reasons. Maybe someone recommended it for dry skin. Maybe you read that it helps purify the air. Or maybe it was just sitting in a corner at the garden center, quietly catching your eye with its soft green leaves and promise of something gentle. So you brought it home. You gave it a spot. And life moved on. But here's the thing most people never stop to consider. Aloe vera wasn't meant to just sit. It was meant to serve. There is something strangely loyal about this plant. Even when neglected, underwatered, overwatered, placed in the wrong light, it rarely gives up on you. It just waits. Patiently, softly, like it knows something you don't, like it's holding space for you until you're ready. And maybe that's why it has been used for centuries, not just as medicine for the body, but as a quiet protector of the home. Not loud, not flashy, just present, stable, constant. You see, aloe belongs to the wood element, symbolizing growth, recovery, and the kind of prosperity that builds slowly, silently, and stays. It's not a lucky charm, it's a keeper of rhythm, a gentle force that absorbs excess, calms the atmosphere, and restores what has been thrown out of balance. In a way, it's like a grandmother of the plant world, unassuming, wise. And if you listen, really listen, you'll feel that energy almost immediately. Rooms with aloe in the right place don't feel more decorated, they feel more held. But most of us never tap into that. We place the plant somewhere we don't look very often, somewhere convenient but disconnected. And yet we wonder why our homes feel unsettled, why money feels stuck, why sleep feels heavy, why tension lingers even after the house is clean. It's not because the home is broken, it's because the energy is out of sync. And aloe, in its quiet way, can help bring it back. Let's be clear, aloe isn't magic. It doesn't replace hard work or fix everything overnight. But what it does do, subtly, steadily, is support. It absorbs chaotic energy, balances dry or heavy spaces, and creates a softer, energetic field around you. It's the kind of presence that doesn't demand your attention, but changes the way you feel in a room. And that's what makes it so powerful when it comes to prosperity. Because abundance doesn't flow into spaces that feel chaotic. It flows into homes that feel ready. Imagine your home as a conversation. Every object, every plant, every corner is speaking, whispering something about who lives there, what matters, what's allowed in, and what's kept out. Aloe, when placed with care, adds something to that conversation. It says, "This home is cared for, this space is balanced, this person is ready to receive." Now think about the aloe in your home. Where is it? What does it see every day? Does it get the first light of morning, or is it hiding behind the microwave? Is it placed where energy moves, where air circulates, where people pass through with intention? Or is it collecting dust in a shadow, forgotten and slowly disconnecting from the purpose it could have had? Placement matters, light matters, intention matters. Because aloe doesn't just respond to water and sunlight, it responds to how it's invited to be in your home. And when you give it the right role, it becomes something much deeper than a houseplant. It becomes part of your home's nervous system, a gentle regulator, a stabilizer, a quiet friend that keeps wealth from slipping through the cracks you didn't know were there. Many people feel stuck financially without realizing their space is amplifying that feeling. Stale air, cluttered corners, neglected plants, all of these things reinforce the idea that energy is stuck. Aloe interrupts that. It reintroduces the idea of flow, of circulation, of breath. And when breath returns, so does opportunity. So let me paint a picture. You wake up one morning and move the aloe from your kitchen corner to the front door, just off to the side where the morning light spills in. You wipe its leaves, you refresh the soil, you do it quietly without a big plan, without expecting anything. And within a week, something shifts. The room feels easier. You feel less rushed in the mornings. Your partner seems less tense. You suddenly find the energy to tackle a project you've put off. And you start to notice things, small things, that feel lighter. That's not coincidence. That's energy responding to intention. In Feng Shui, this is called activating the energy grid. But even if you never study that in depth, you already know what it means to walk into a room that feels off. And you also know how rare and special it is to walk into a room that feels like exhaling. Aloe, when placed with intention, brings that exhale, especially for those of us in busy homes, tight schedules, or emotional fatigue. We need something that holds the room steady so we can soften. But let's talk specifically about what makes aloe different from other plants. It's not leafy, it doesn't bloom. It doesn't vine across the walls or ask for attention. Instead, it holds water. It stores what it's given. That alone is powerful. In energy language, that's a sign of retention, of being able to keep what flows to you. Not just money, but peace, wellness, stability. And the more you honor that symbolic role, the more the plant quietly reinforces it. Think of aloe as a vessel, not just a decoration. You're not placing it on a table for looks. You're asking it to hold something, to absorb, to balance, to invite. And like all living things, it listens. So if you place it in a dark corner and ignore it for weeks, it listens. If you place it by the front door, clean and upright, catching the morning sun, it listens. And it starts to reflect what you're ready for. That's the beauty of a well-placed aloe plant. It doesn't just look good, it starts to become part of your emotional and financial environment. It anchors the space where you pay your bills, where you start your day, where you pause in the evening and ask yourself if this is the life you wanted. And more often than not, when aloe is thriving, people in the home begin to thrive too. It doesn't ask for much. A bit of sunlight, a moment of your time, a spot that matters. But in return, it gives you a reminder, a daily, visual, living reminder that healing and wealth are not about hustle. They're about readiness, openness, intention, about creating a space where good things feel welcome to stay. Because sometimes the shift you're waiting for isn't in a bank account or a breakthrough. Sometimes it's already there, sitting in a green pot by the door, waiting for you to move it 2 feet to the right. Part 2, the 3 places aloe actually works. A, at the front door. Not everything in a home speaks, but the front door always does. Whether you believe in energy flow or not, you already know this deep down. You feel it in those first 2 seconds when you step inside, yours or someone else's. The entrance whispers what kind of life lives there. Is it calm or chaotic? Is it open or guarded? Is there warmth waiting? Or just things, furniture, dust, and noise? We try so hard to style our homes with furniture, rugs, wreaths, and color palettes. But the truth is, the energy that greets you and your guests starts with something much quieter, much older, and often overlooked. It starts with the way your front door breathes. The front door is not just a doorway, it's your home's inhale. It's where everything begins. And if you've been feeling like life isn't flowing the way it used to, or money seems to come in but doesn't stay, or tension in the home builds more than it breaks, then I want you to start by looking at that one place you pass through every day but rarely see, your entrance. Is it bare? Is it cluttered? Is it bright and balanced or dim and tired? These details aren't just aesthetic, they are energetic. And one of the simplest, most profound ways to shift that energy is by placing aloe vera, intentionally, not decoratively, just beside the door. Here's why. Aloe is not a flower. It doesn't bloom, doesn't beg for attention, but what it does do is protect, not with harshness, but with steadiness. Its thick, upright leaves hold water, meaning they retain. They absorb what's harsh and hold onto what's needed. The pointed shape lifts energy upward, creating a subtle vertical rhythm that feels like movement, even when the plant is still. And when placed at the entrance, that message is clear. What's good may enter, what's harmful stay out. Now imagine that plant flanking your front door on the left, the right, or both. Not in the center, not blocking anything, but placed with care where it can do what it was made to do. Its presence doesn't shout, but it changes the room's temperature. It gives your home a kind of spiritual exhale. Guests walk in and don't know why they feel calmer. You cross the threshold at the end of a long day and feel something has shifted, just slightly, but enough to notice. This is not about superstition. This is about intention. Energy moves toward what you prepare for. A cluttered entrance blocks that flow. A cold, unused doorway stiffens the life inside. But a softened entrance, a living presence like aloe, opens that space back up. And here's where it becomes especially powerful for women in midlife. If you've raised kids, managed households, lost things, built things, held grief, held families, held jobs, you already understand what it means to be the entrance of a life. You know what it feels like to welcome everyone else in while forgetting to welcome yourself. And sometimes, placing something strong and alive beside your door is a way of saying, this space also serves me now. Not just the family, not just the guests, me. Aloe is a declaration, not of decoration, but of self-respect. It says, I protect this space. I welcome only what nurtures. But let's talk specifics, because placement isn't random. You want the aloe to feel like a companion to the door, not a barrier. Avoid putting it directly in front of the entrance, where it disrupts the path. Instead, place it to one or both sides, slightly ahead of the door frame, as if greeting you. If your entrance gets harsh sun, that's perfect. Aloe thrives there. If it's shaded, use a pot that retains warmth like terracotta or ceramic. Plastic holds too much water energetically and literally. And avoid leaving it in a cheap nursery pot. That container was meant for transport, not for growth. Choose something that feels grounded, solid, like it belongs. Now, this part matters. Keep it clean, dust the leaves, trim when needed. This isn't just plant care, it's energy hygiene. When you clean the plant, you refresh your threshold. You realign your home's message, and if your hands are busy but your heart's still, even a 5-second wipe can feel like a sacred act. And yes, you might be wondering, does it really work? Can a single plant at a door change how I feel about my space? How my finances move? How my family connects? And the answer, softly, is yes, not because the plant has powers, but because you do. Because you chose to place something alive and receptive at the point where your home breathes in the world. And because you gave it a job to guard, to hold, to bless. And it does, not loudly, not overnight, but faithfully. And one more thing, because this is where many people hesitate. They worry it's too late, that the energy of their home is already set. That the hard years, the losses, the heaviness, they've soaked into the walls. But aloe doesn't ask for the past. It just responds to the present. You could move it tomorrow and still feel the difference within a week. Energy changes the moment you decide it can. Plants are proof of that. So next time you come home, pause before you open the door. Look at that space like it's new, like it's waiting for something. Then place a plant there, not just any plant, but one that knows how to hold, how to guard, how to help you remember the soft rhythm of what you're still becoming. That plant is aloe, and that door, it's more than a door. It's the beginning of everything that follows. Be by your work desk. There's a moment, quiet but familiar, that happens at the beginning of most days. You sit down at your desk, coffee still warm, a to-do list already forming, the phone buzzes, a browser opens, and before you even take your first real breath, the mental noise begins. Deadlines, groceries, emails, bills, ideas half formed, plans half finished. You haven't even started, and already the day is tugging at you from a dozen directions. The space where you're supposed to focus has become a battlefield of distractions, and you sit in the middle of it wondering why you feel so drained. Now imagine something different. Imagine the same desk, but next to your laptop or to the left of your planner sits a small aloe vera plant, not decorative, not forgotten, but intentional, alive, grounded, reaching upward in quiet rhythm. You glance at it between tasks, and for a brief moment everything slows. You feel steadier. The air around you softens. You remember you are not just your schedule. This is what aloe does, especially when placed beside the desk, where your thoughts become action, where ideas take shape, where your energy is spent before it's replenished. Your desk is not just where you work, it's where you decide, where you make financial choices, write plans, send messages, face problems. It's not just about productivity, it's about power, personal power. And anything placed in this space has the ability to either cloud or clarify that power. Clutter chips away at it. Disorganization distorts it. But a living plant, especially aloe, anchors it. Let's talk about why aloe belongs here. First, aloe retains. Its thick leaves store water, symbolizing emotional and financial resilience. It doesn't rush. It holds. In a workspace, this translates to clarity, focus, and calm under pressure. While other plants might grow quickly and reach outward, aloe grows inward first. It builds stability. That's the energy you want near your thoughts, especially thoughts that shape your money, your direction, your daily output. Second, aloe filters. It absorbs electromagnetic stress from screens, balances ions in the air, and introduces moisture to otherwise dry, tech-heavy environments. If you've ever noticed how tired your eyes feel, how foggy your brain gets after a full day at your desk, aloe may not cure it all, but it helps. Subtly, steadily. But perhaps most powerfully, aloe serves as a visual interruption. When your thoughts begin to spiral, when the day gets away from you, your eyes land on that one soft green shape, and something inside pauses, reorients. That's not decoration, that's regulation. It's a visual reminder that the pace of your mind is allowed to slow, that your energy is allowed to circulate gently, not scatter wildly. Now, here's how to do it right. Placement is everything. Ideally, place the aloe on the left side of your desk. That's traditionally associated with personal wealth and inner development. If space is tight, even a small corner will do. The key is visibility. You need to see it. You need that subtle green echo in your peripheral vision. Avoid placing it behind piles of paper or tucked in a corner no one glances at. Let it be part of your working awareness. Choose a pot that feels grounding. Ceramic, natural tones, something with weight. Avoid overly ornate containers. This plant isn't here to impress. It's here to stabilize. Water lightly once or twice a week, depending on light. And once in a while, wipe the leaves. Not because the plant demands it, but because the act of care feeds back into your own clarity. When we care for something living near our work, we subconsciously remind ourselves to care for the energy we spend there, too. Now let's go deeper, because this isn't just about wellness. It's about how we manage our relationship with worth. Many women, especially in midlife, sit at desks trying to restart, reorient, reinvent. After years of pouring energy into others, children, spouses, parents, companies, this space becomes the site of a quiet question. What now? What's next? What's mine? That question deserves clarity. It deserves respect. It deserves a space that feels held, not hijacked. And aloe, in its simplicity, helps hold that space. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't judge. It just sits there, breathing with you, holding water, holding space, offering its quiet strength without needing to be seen. In that way, it mirrors something sacred in many women, the ability to support without asking for applause. But now it's your turn. This desk, this plant, this small sacred corner, it belongs to you. And placing aloe there is not just about energy. It's a decision. a declaration, a physical way of saying this space matters, my focus matters, my work, my thoughts, my energy, they matter. You don't need a vision board, you don't need a productivity app. You need one clear breath, one visual anchor, one quiet signal that reminds you to center before you scatter. And Aloe does that, not because it changes the world outside, but because it helps you meet the world from a steadier place inside. So tomorrow, before the emails start, before the coffee cools, before the day demands everything you have, place a small aloe beside you. Let it stand there like a partner, a plant that doesn't just fill space but holds it. And every time your eyes land there, let it remind you, energy, like money, needs somewhere solid to land. And today, that solid place is you. See, on the balcony, especially higher floors, there's something different about the air on your balcony. It isn't just outdoor space, it's a threshold between the world you keep inside and the one that keeps moving out there. For many of us, especially those living in apartments, condos, or upper-level homes, the balcony becomes more than just an architectural feature. It's where we step out to catch our breath, to shake off the noise, to feel the wind brush against thoughts we didn't know we needed to release. It's not just where the home ends, it's where energy enters and escapes. And that's exactly why placing aloe vera here matters. Because while your front door might welcome the visible world, guests, packages, routines, the balcony is where the invisible world speaks. Wind, light, movement, noise from far below, the balcony collects it all. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's too much. And in that delicate tension between stillness and stimulation, something in your home can shift, quietly, constantly, without you ever realizing it. Many homes, especially on higher floors, are exposed to what energy workers call scatter, an energetic unraveling caused by constant wind, city noise, or directional imbalance. It's not spiritual fluff. It's something you feel after a long day when you step out and can't quite relax, or when you return inside and the air feels thin, unsettled. If that sounds familiar, your home might not need remodeling. It might just need regulating. And aloe vera, when placed on the balcony, becomes a simple yet profound tool to do exactly that. Aloe is not a dramatic plant. It doesn't flutter. It doesn't chase sunlight, but it holds. That's its gift. On a balcony where everything is exposed, sun, wind, urban energy, aloe becomes a quiet stabilizer. Its thick, moisture-rich leaves anchor lightness. Its grounded structure resists agitation. Its upward growth signals calm resilience in the middle of constant movement. When you place aloe on the balcony, you are, in essence, creating a soft wall, not to block the world out, but to filter what comes in. Think of it as a screen for invisible energy. Your balcony faces intersections, buildings, antennas, maybe even high-traffic roads. You don't have to see the noise for it to reach you. And energy, like water, always finds its way in through the smallest gaps. But when aloe is placed strategically, at the corners of the balcony or flanking the railing, it doesn't just beautify. It catches, absorbs, and gently redirects. Let's go deeper. If you live on a higher floor, your balcony is often where strong wind enters first. Wind, in energetic terms, represents change, motion, uncertainty. Too much of it, especially without grounding, can lead to emotional restlessness, scattered attention, and a subtle sense of imbalance. Ever notice how sleep is lighter or conversations more irritable after a long week of noisy winds? That's not coincidence. That's energy out of sync. Aloe, by contrast, is stable, quiet, consistent, and when placed in small groupings, 2 or 3 pots clustered near the edges of the balcony, it becomes a rhythm keeper. The thick leaves face the wind without flinching. They don't resist, they receive. And in that receiving, they protect, not by force, but by containment, by quiet presence. This is especially helpful if your balcony faces sharp angles from neighboring buildings, or if you live near spaces associated with heavy energy, hospitals, gas stations, crowded intersections. Aloe doesn't judge the surroundings, it just filters. It absorbs heat, noise, and movement, turning a chaotic portal into a soothing one. Now let's talk about how to do it. Start with mid-sized aloe plants, not tiny, not towering. Choose sturdy, breathable pots. Ceramic is ideal. Avoid plastic or metal, which can overheat or retain excess water. Place the pots at the corners of your balcony or evenly spaced if you have a long rail. If space is limited, one pot near the center is still effective. Just make sure it's not hiding behind clutter or furniture. Aloe needs to see the sky to receive light and to stand where movement passes through. And maintenance matters. Water only when the soil is dry, usually once a week in warm weather. Gently clean the leaves with a damp cloth every few days. This isn't just care, it's participation. It's a way of saying, thank you for holding this space for me. Energy responds to appreciation more than perfection. Let's pause here because this next part is important. The balcony is also where we tend to overlook ourselves. We use it for others, for plants, for pets, for storage. But rarely do we think of it as a place that can nourish us. Placing aloe there intentionally becomes an act of reclaiming, a way of saying, this isn't just space for things, it's space for wellness, for calm, for quiet shifts I may not even have words for yet. And if you're in a season of transition, empty nesting, semi-retirement, or simply seeking deeper peace, this shift is especially meaningful. The home you've tended for others now begins to tend to you, and aloe becomes part of that tending. Its job is not to bloom, it's to stay, to hold, to regulate what enters and what lingers. You may not notice the change right away, but over time, mornings on the balcony feel softer. The noise beyond the railing doesn't pierce so deeply. The air inside the home feels gentler. You breathe easier, sleep deeper. You open the door and the world feels a little less intrusive. That's aloe, doing what it knows how to do, quietly, consistently, without asking for thanks. So if your balcony has been just a view, just a storage space, just a place you step out of without thinking, maybe it's time to give it a role, to turn it into an energy filter, a pause point, a breath. And all it might take is one small aloe plant, planted with care, placed with intention, watered with quiet respect. Because even when you live above the trees, even when your windows face the winds, you still deserve a home that feels rooted, balanced, held. And sometimes all it takes to begin is something soft and green standing quietly on the edge, reminding you that peace doesn't come from silence. It comes from what you allow in and what you lovingly choose to keep out. Part 3: Mistakes that quietly kill energy. Not all mistakes announce themselves. Some are loud, broken glass, slammed doors, big decisions made too quickly. But others move like a draft beneath the door, quiet, unseen, but still powerful enough to shift the whole mood of a room. And when it comes to energy in the home, especially energy tied to peace, wealth, and clarity, it's often the smallest, most innocent-looking things that slowly drain the life out of our spaces. Not because we're careless, but because we've simply never been told they matter. So let's talk about the mistakes that quietly kill energy, especially with plants like aloe vera, which are meant to help us, but can only do so when we let them. The first mistake is forgetting that placement is power. We treat our homes like shelves, everything goes wherever it fits. But energy doesn't work like storage, it flows like breath. Aloe, for example, thrives near natural entry points, front doors, windows, workspaces, but many people tuck it behind curtains, place it in dark kitchens, or leave it on cluttered shelves far from any light. And then we wonder why it never worked. A plant placed where energy can't move becomes silent. It doesn't die, but it stops contributing. That's the first energy death, the placement that suffocates purpose. The second mistake is ignoring the state of the plant. You don't need to be a master gardener to keep aloe alive. But what you do need is awareness. A plant with brown tips, overwatered roots, or dusty leaves is a mirror. It reflects not just neglect, but energetic congestion. When you walk past a wilting plant every day, a part of you begins to accept that decay is normal, that things are allowed to remain off for long stretches of time, and that silent permission spreads. Suddenly, you're tolerating clutter, tolerating drained moods, tolerating tension, and it all started with a plant you stopped looking at. The third mistake is treating aloe as decoration instead of a participant. When we view plants only through the lens of aesthetics, we miss their deeper function. Aloe doesn't just fill space, it shapes it. It listens. It responds, but only if you're in relationship with it. When it's just another object on a table, it becomes energetically inert. But when you touch it, clean it, thank it, yes, even with a simple thought, you reactivate its role. You remind yourself that this plant is here for a reason, and that reason is to support flow, not just style. The fourth mistake, one of the most common, is placing aloe in areas of stuck history. There's always a room, a corner, a spot where something happened, an argument, a breakdown, a quiet resignation. We try to heal those spaces by placing nice things there. A photo, a chair, a plant. But aloe doesn't thrive where heavy emotional residue still lingers. It's not a patch. It's not a cover-up. It's a facilitator. If you place it in a space that still holds unresolved energy, grief, shame, exhaustion, it can't do its job. In fact, the plant itself will often begin to wilt. That's not coincidence. That's communication. And the final mistake is subtle but deep, expecting results without offering respect. Too often, we treat energy like a vending machine. I placed the aloe, so why hasn't the money come in? I put it near the door, so why don't I feel better? That approach misses the point entirely. Aloe, like all things living, responds to intention, not demands. It's not there to fix your life, it's there to support your shift. The change begins with you. The plant amplifies what you're already willing to align, and that only happens when we meet it with quiet respect. Not superstition, not desperation, but steady, grounded care. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with a question that's more important than any theory or belief. What energy are you letting stay simply because it's familiar? What placement, what plant, what ignored corner have you stopped questioning because it's always been that way? This is where real transformation begins, not with buying new things, but with seeing old things differently. Start with the aloe you already have. Don't throw it out. Don't judge it. Just observe. Where is it? How does it feel? Is it holding space or collecting dust? Does it invite life or absorb exhaustion? And then move it, wipe it, water it, talk to it even if only with your eyes. Because that moment, that simple act of awareness is what brings energy back to life. Not the pot, not the placement, but the presence. Mistakes don't need punishment. They need redirection. You haven't failed because you placed aloe in the wrong corner. You've only missed the conversation. But the plant is still listening. The home is still listening. And every time you choose to look again, to touch, to clean, to adjust, you bring the energy back online. Because the real mistake isn't putting the plant in the wrong place. It's believing the wrong place is good enough. And now, you know better. Part 4, aloe is a companion, not decoration. Some things in your home are just objects. A vase you no longer notice, a chair that never gets used, a shelf holding pieces of memory more than purpose. But a few things, very few, carry more than their shape. They carry intention. They carry energy. And if we let them, they carry companionship. Aloe is one of those things. It doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't bloom with seasons or twist toward admiration. It simply exists, quiet, upright, consistent. And in that stillness, it holds a kind of presence that goes beyond the visual. Aloe doesn't want to be looked at. It wants to be with you. This idea might sound strange at first. It's just a plant, we've been told. But if you've ever stood near a tree and felt safer, ever touched the leaf of something living and felt your shoulders drop just a little, ever whispered a worry while watering a plant and felt heard, even if no one else was listening, then you already understand what I mean. Aloe is not a decoration, it's a quiet witness, a low hum of comfort, a green thread between your breath and the breath of your home. We live in a culture that praises doing, accomplishment, movement, forward, next. Even in our spaces, we style and arrange for beauty, for order, for trends. But aloe teaches something else, the power of simply being. It's not here to impress your guests. It's here to support your energy, to guard the invisible, to hold what's been too heavy for you to carry alone. It doesn't ask you to change. It just asks to be placed with care, watered with rhythm, and seen, not for its aesthetics, but for its presence. And in return, it gives something most of us forgot we needed. A companion who asks for nothing but shows up every day anyway. This is especially true in the seasons when the house feels too quiet, when kids have grown and gone, when the calendar isn't so full anymore, when your mornings stretch slower and the rush that once defined you starts to fade. In those moments, aloe becomes more than a plant. It becomes a rhythm keeper, a breath anchor, a silent nod that says, you are still growing, even now. And for women who have spent decades tending to everyone else, feeding, fixing, smoothing tension before it's surfaced, this shift can be disorienting. Suddenly, the energy you once gave away freely has nowhere to go. You look around and wonder, what's left that nourishes me? The answer is not big, it's not loud. It's not in a purchase or a plan. Sometimes it's in a small green plant by the door, or the window, or your desk, sitting quietly, holding space, reminding you that support doesn't always come in words, that being seen can happen without conversation, that healing can arrive in the form of presence, not performance. Let's be clear, this isn't about assigning magic to a plant. It's about restoring relationship with your space, your energy, your ability to feel at home within yourself again. Aloe becomes the companion because it invites you to show up differently. Not to fix, but to feel. Not to decorate, but to be in communion with what is alive, gentle, and real. You don't have to talk to it, but you might. You don't have to name it, but some do, because something shifts when you tend to something that also tends to you. That shift is small, but meaningful. You water your aloe, and suddenly you remember to drink more water, too. You wipe its leaves, and you're reminded to clean the space that's been ignored. You move it to a brighter corner, and somehow that clarity reaches deeper than the pot it sits in. That's what companionship looks like in the soft, mature chapters of life. Not loud, not constant, but present, loyal, unspoken, steady. So the next time you pass by your aloe, pause, place your hand near it. Not to touch, just to connect. Just to acknowledge, and in that silent moment ask yourself, what in my life have I treated like decoration when it's really been a companion all along? Maybe it's the plant, maybe it's your home, maybe it's you. Because if you've forgotten what it feels like to be held, to be witnessed, to be rooted in quiet strength, aloe is here to remind you, not with words, not with flowers, but with its very being, steady, open, alive, just like you. We began with a simple question: where should aloe be placed to attract wealth? But as we've journeyed through doorways, desks, balconies, and the quiet corners of our lives, something deeper has emerged. This wasn't just about wealth, not really. It was about something more lasting, more essential. It was about presence. You see, wealth doesn't always arrive in dollars or in signs we can touch. Sometimes it shows up in clarity, in steadiness, in how a room feels when we walk in and how we feel when we're finally still. That's the kind of wealth aloe helps hold. Not loud, not dramatic, but deeply stabilizing, the kind of abundance that says, you're safe now, you're seen, you're supported. What we often overlook in life is this: our spaces carry memory, they echo us. And when we shift even one element, when we move a plant, open a curtain, place something with intention, we're not just redecorating, we're realigning. We're changing the conversation between our home and our heart. So if you've been feeling scattered, tired, like something just isn't flowing quite right, this was for you. And if you've ever passed a plant in your home without seeing it, if you've walked through your space without feeling held by it, now is the time to return to it. Not with effort, but with softness, with awareness, with care. Thank you for spending this time with me, not just listening, but feeling. Thank you for letting yourself slow down, for letting a small green plant remind you that growth doesn't have to be fast to be meaningful. That healing doesn't need noise to be real. And that energy, like love, responds best when met with quiet attention. May your home be a place that holds you gently. May your aloe thrive, not just in soil, but in purpose. And may you, steady, seen, and spacious, remember the most powerful shifts are often the quietest ones. Take a breath. Your home